That's how it goes when you wanna participate in evil. Niggas never learn. Lord try to speak, but you niggas never heard. So it's time that you feel and you have to make it burn. Burn, burn, down to the core. Won't answer your calls or answer the door. Gotta watch some other nigga take away what's yours.
Read something in the Bible that we should do it. So, if I were to read you some things that are in the Bible, do you believe that you can do those things? Right? Let me get Philippians 4:13.
This is the book of Philippians, chapter 4 and verse 13. I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me.
I can do all things through Christ
which strengtheneth me.
There's not just some things you can do. You can do everything. Right? I think, let me get that in, did I give you a precept?
Yeah, 1 John 5 and 3.
Can't. Yeah, 1 John 5 and 3. Yeah.
Alright, 1 John chapter 5 and verse 3. And it reads, for this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous.
But they're not hard to do. So, you don't want to, it's like taking a test. You want to tell yourself, I'm going to fail, or I'm going to fail half of these questions. You don't want to start something with a mindset of failing already, or not being able to do something. Right? We want to say to ourselves, it's all positive thoughts, and we can do everything. Right? And that's the reason why I brought the Philippians 4:13. We can do everything through the strength of Christ. Right? So, we're going to go to, I think it was 1 Corinthians 11 and 3.
Right?
I believe so.
Come on. 1 Corinthians chapter 11 and verse 3. Okay, and it, sorry, so like 1 Corinthians 11 and verse 3, and it reads, but I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God.
Right, and I'm going to get the next verse as well.
Right? Verse 4, every man praying or prophesying have it. Which one is it? 5, yeah? Okay, come on. Verse 5, but every woman that prayeth or prophesieth with her head uncovered dishonoreth her head, for that is even all one, as if she were shaven.
Right, so when we're praying or we're reading the Bible, women, when they're praying or reading the Bible, they can't have their head out like it is right now, right? Because it's your beauty, right? So you want to cover it and be humble towards the Most High God when you're praying and you're reading the Bible. Do you think you can do that? Yeah, it's easy. Like as it said, the law's not grievous.
Right,
right? It's not hard to do.
Fine.
What about pork, shrimp, crab, or lobster?
I could give that up.
You can give that up, right? But that's also in the Bible. The law's not hard.
Yeah.
Right? But do you know that today is a set apart day? Today is a special day.
Today?
Today.
Why today?
Today.
I'll show you. Right? So you get Exodus
20 and 8.
You can start from first. Get from Exodus 31 and 30.
Alright.
The what? Okay.
Come on. 30.
Oh, 30 and 15.
30 and 15.
Yeah.
Come on. This is the book of Exodus, chapter 30. So that's, 30. Why are these pages sticking together?
So, okay,
you got sticking together then. Yeah. Exodus chapter 30 and verse 15. The rich shall not give more.
Exodus 31 and 15.
31, I thought you said 30. 31 and 15.
Yeah.
6 days may work be done, but in the 7th is the Sabbath of rest. Holy is the Lord. Whosoever doeth any work in the Sabbath day, he shall surely put to death.
Right, and there's that period of grace. Christ came to give grace and liberty. Right? The law of Moses, it was harsh back then. Right? If they caught you gathering sticks, they would stone you. Right? But Christ came to give that liberty. Right? So it said within 6 days you're meant to do everything you need to do. But at 7th day, which is Friday sundown to Saturday sundown, today will be our Sabbath day. When the sun goes down, that'll be the end of the Sabbath. Right? That's the last day. Right? The brother brought out a document earlier that shows that Constantine, right, the Roman emperor, and he changed the date, right, to Sunday, to worship the sun. Like, as we know, come on, you can show the sister, right?
Oh. My family not celebrate, but they do church on Saturday as well.
See that?
That's what I do.
Seventh-day Adventists.
Yeah.
See that? See that? All praise to the Most High, right? Because when let's continue. So sorry,
Right.
might be taken away.
Verse 6, 50,
So,
verse
yeah, that's what I was gonna
31.
say. Yeah, so that's what I was gonna say. That sun, it goes into Sunday worship,
Yeah.
right? The Romans, they name every single day
Right.
of the week pertaining to something that they worship.
Okay.
Right.
Saturday for Saturn, Monday for a moon day, right? And there was Wednesday and Tuesday. I forgot what day was.
Sunday for the
Thursday.
sun.
Right. Sunday. That's what I said. Yeah, Sunday for sun. Right. But yeah, continue, King.
Come on. Exodus 31 and verse 16. Wherefore the children of Israel shall keep the Sabbath to observe the Sabbath throughout their generations for a perpetual covenant.
Right.
It is a
Perpetual covenant system.
Yeah.
Right. Something that's perpetual is going to keep on happening. There's no cut-off date. This happens until the end of time. Right. But it says to the children of Israel. Right. Who are the children of Israel, sister? Because that's really important.
I thought it was like black.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I don't know if I was right.
Oh, you're right. You're surprisingly right, sister.
Yeah.
I have another document here that shows you that black people would actually be those Hebrews, right? It's an article about in Texas, Negro who can write Hebrew, right?
Yeah.
And it reads at the bottom, this is what they're quoting: a young African Negro has been in the city for the city the last few days who claims to be a Hebrew. He is deaf and dumb, and as a black, as the ace of spades, he carries a pad of paper, so let me just read it from this angle, with him and answers all questions by writing them in Hebrew and Lashawan Kodash, right? So he knows the holy tongue of ancient, of old. So he knows the modern, because in the time of Isaiah, they was writing different Hebrew to the time of Moses, right? So the time of Moses, that would be the Lashawan Kodash, and the time of Isaiah, modernized Hebrew, right? And it reads, and excites most wonder in that he writes the Lashawan Kodash very rapidly. Let me go down further down anyways. The Negro was sent to one of the rabbis of Hartford, who is perfectly satisfied that he is a Hebrew. He says that he came from a large town in Africa where there is a tribe of about 20,000 black Hebrews who speak Lashawan Kodash. So yeah, this whole thing kind of goes into that, the black people that are Israelites, right? Or the true Hebrews, right? So going back to that, that will further on prove that when this Bible is talking to Israel or Israelites,
right,
that you would be those Israelites, right? If I can get Acts 13 and 1 and 12 of the show, right? Continue.
Right. Verse 17. Come on, bro. Verse 17. It is a sign between me and the children of Israel forever.
Right.
In the 6th day, the Lord made heaven and earth.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, come on.
And then Khan, look at this. Acts 13 and 1.
Acts 13 and 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers as Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Nigger.
So that prophets and teachers, turn it around, still like that, let me spin that around. Go on. That's prophets and teachers, and that's plural, right? When it has the S on it, it means multiple things, right? So it wasn't just one person or two people called that. It was multiple, perfect, right? And then continue here.
So it says, and Lucius of Cyrene and Manahan, which have been brought up with Herod the Tetrarch and Paul
they was called
and
what?
Saul. They were called Niger or Nigger. So
They were called nigger, right? In another translation that other scholars that do agree with, the NLT, it says that among the prophets and the teachers of the church at Antioch of Syria were Barnabas and Simeon, called the black man. So that word for nigger means black man. We know that the word nigger means black, negro, black. And you know that we got called nigger, right? We got called N-I-G-G-E-R, right? It's derived from the N-I-G-E-R, right? So we know that these people, these Israelites, they're black people, right? So further on to prove that as well, our whole point is we have to alert our people. If I can get, I believe it's Ezekiel 3 and 17, right? So we have to be watchmen, right? And alert our people to let them know what's going to happen.
This is Ezekiel 3 and 17. Son of man, I have made thee a watchman unto the house of Israel.
Unto the what?
Unto the house of Israel.
We're watchmen unto the house of Israel. We can see what's forthcoming through the scriptures, right? The prophecies and Revelation and all that stuff. We see all these things unraveling, right? Donald Trump ramping up war, right? Going to clear up Gaza and move in. And that's prophesied to happen in the Bible, right? So we see all these things, so we have to let our people know that, bruh, what's written in this Bible is true, right?
Therefore hear the word at my mouth and give them warning from me.
Right, let me get also Ezekiel 3 and I believe 5. Right?
Ezekiel 3 and verse 5. For thou art not sent to a people of a strange speech or of an hard language, but to the house of Israel.
Right.
Not to many people of a strange speech or of an hard language, whose words thou canst not understand.
So we're only sent to our people, right? Our people understand each other's tongue, right? This brother might talk patois to that brother over there, and he'll be able to understand it, right? Continue.
Surely had I sent to them, Salakia, surely had I sent thee to them, they would have hearkened unto thee.
So if we were to speak to another nation, any one of these other people, they'll listen to what we've got to say. But when we call up to our people, I don't really got time for that, right? Let me also get that in Jeremiah, I believe, 2 and 32, right? So our people ain't got time for the Most High God, man, right? But we do, right?
So it reads, but the house of Israel will not hearken unto thee, for they will not hearken unto me, for all thy house of Israel are impudent and hard-hearted.
Right, they're hard-hearted, man, right? They put their heart in other things, right? That confusion.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 2 and verse 32. Can a maid forget her ornaments, or a bride her attire?
Right.
Yet my people have forgotten me.
Right.
Forgotten my days without numbers.
Right. So a bride, when she's getting married, she can't forget her dress. Right? That's the most important thing. Right? So what's happening on that day? Right? And that's another important thing. We gotta put the Most High God at our forefront of our mind, man. Right? Because that's what's on the maid's mind when she's about to get married. I need my dress to look like this. Make sure I got my makeup like this. Make sure the lights hit me at this angle. Make sure you take the picture at this angle while I'm in my dress with my husband and whatnot. Right? So the dress is a really important thing. But we've forgotten the Most High God. Days without number. Right? Let me get that.
Hosea 5 and verse 15. I will go and return to my place till they acknowledge their offense and seek my face early. In their affliction they will seek me early.
And a lot of brothers had afflictions and we seek the Most High God early, man. Right? And that's the reason why we come into this thing, man. Jake, we have it hard, man. We have it hard on this earth. Right? Brothers smoking to subdue their thoughts, right? Whatever they're going through, right? To make themselves feel good, right? That's what Jake has to go through, man, and our sisters, man, right? So the Most High God, He's left us for a period of time, so we know that we've done wrong, right? We don't feel that presence, that warmth in us, right? Let me get that also in. Let me get Deuteronomy 30 and 1. Sure. Deuteronomy 30 and 1. Go on. Right.
Deuteronomy.
Questions as well, sister.
I was listening.
Right.
There's similar things to my sister says. My older sister.
Oh, praise.
Yeah.
Deuteronomy chapter 30 and verse 1. And it shall come to pass when all these things.
Do you have any questions, Kim?
Yeah, brother. Go on. When all these things come upon thee, the blessings and the curse which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all the nations whither the Lord thy God hath driven thee.
So first of all, there's a lot to unpack in that, man, right? And later on days, we're going to start to call to remembrance why we're going through the things that we're going through, the blessings and the curses, right? Right now, hey, who has it hard on this earth like us? There's no one on this earth that has it as hard as us, right? Look around. All these shops, they're owned by other nations. See that?
See that?
Exactly. Come on, right? That's we go through curses day in, day out, man. If you look at America, what's happening to the black man and woman in America? Day in, day out. They get. He got. I see the brother. See that? Some of us people riding and stuff like that, right? But majority of us ain't riding in that, man. Right? But we will do one day, man. Praise to the Most High. But yeah, can't. So going back to that, hey, it says also that the Most High God's driven us out from our land.
Right.
So there's two things that we have to do. We're going to call to remembrance in the later days, like why are we going through blessings or curses, right? And secondly, that we have to acknowledge that we've been driven out from our land, right? Because how do we get to all these places? We're in Thailand, Switzerland, down Denmark, right? All sorts of places,
Japan,
right? In it, Japan, right? And then let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 45.
Come on.
Because now we're going to go through the curses to identify who the Israelites are. Right? We kind of identified already that they're black people. Right?
Right, this is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 45.
Right.
Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee and pursue thee and overtake thee till thou hast been destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes.
So all of this happened because we didn't want to follow the Most High God. And that's why it says in Hosea 5 and 15, and he's going to leave us until we recognize our offense. We offended the Most High in our actions. He's gave us everything on a silver plate and a platter, man, right? But we turned our back on it, right? Continue, King.
Right. Hearken us not unto the voice of the Lord thy God to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded, and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign.
The sign is this over here, sister. So these curses are going to be upon the Israelites as a sign to let you know, alright, these are the Israelites. Because this is Argos. We know this is Argos because the sign's there. Right? So the curses are going to be on us to let us know, or the Israelites we say, to let us know that they're the Israelites. Continue, King.
Be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. Because thou servest not.
Be upon thy seed forever. Right? So all these curses, whenever you look at it, it's not going to happen for one little period of time. Right? We went through so many slaves. We went through the Silk Road slave trade. Right? We went through the Assyrians, not Assyrian slave trade, sorry, the Sub-Saharan slave trade. Yeah. Right? We went through, the Israelites went through Egyptian slave trade. Right? They went through Assyrian, Babylonian, right?
Greek,
innit? Greek, Roman, right? The Israelites, yeah, right? And yeah, man, the Silk Road slave trade as well. That's Chinese people that had us in slavery, right? That's continuous. It's a continuous theme,
right?
And it said it's going to be upon thy seed forever, right? So let's get into it. Let me get 54, bro.
Right. But Deuteronomy 28 and verse 54,
right?
And it reads, so the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes shall be evil towards his brother.
So the man that is tender among you and very delicate, his eyes are going to be evil towards each other, right? So that's why when you see the youth today, and look at the life crime, whose face is all over the news, right? Black ways.
See that?
We're the ones killing each other so much. No other nation on earth is killing each other as much as we kill each other, man. The Arab man don't do no knife crime, right? The Chinese man don't do this, right? The Indian man don't do this, right? The white man here and there, because he's trying to be like us. They dress up in a tracksuits, right? And tries to play the part, man, right? That's what, yeah, man. Right? Trying to clone Tyrone, man. Right. Trying to clone Tyrone, man.
Right. See that?
Yeah, see that? Right? We just said it, man. Right? Continue, King.
And towards the wife of his bosom.
Right. And towards the wife of his bosom, he's going to be evil to, man.
Right.
So he's going to be cheating on her. Right. Yeah. And then leaving her on a string, man. Right. She don't know where he's at. Right. Beating her. Because we got I think the highest rate of domestic violence as well, man. And that's because Jake is stressed out, man. Right. And we need our women to be our pillar of rest. Right. But the women of today, they don't understand these things, or you know what I'm saying, like. And there's these curses on us, man. Right? And we're jammed up, man. We're jammed up, man. Right? We got damn brothers working 14-hour shifts, waking up crazy early in the morning, 3 o'clock in the mornings, working mad shifts, man. I can barely get hold of the brother, man. Right? You know? It's madness, man. So we have to go through it, man.
Right.
Continue, King.
And towards the remnant of his children, which he shall leave.
So we know that the Israelites are black, right? They're going to be leaving their kids. They're going to be killing each other, and they're going to be evil towards their women. Innit? Single parents out. Who does that sound like? That's just one curse.
Damn.
Who does that sound like? It's a no-brainer for me.
Yeah.
Right? They're niggas. They literally niggas in other words. It's a black man. Yeah. Right? They're going to be leaving their kids. They're going to be evil towards their brethren. Right? And they're going to be evil towards their women. Right? Let me get 68. This is one of the last ones. And then we're going to go 16 as well.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again.
Right? Because Egypt is synonymous with something. Right? So when they say, like, a lot of the times, there's a spiritual thing and there's a physical thing, right? Or they can say something like a similitude, right? You can say something but it means something else, similar, right?
This is Judith 5 and 11. Therefore the king of Egypt rose up against them and dealt subtly with them and brought them low with labouring in brick and made them slaves.
Made them what?
And
made them slaves.
So that's the key thing about Egypt. When we was in Egypt, we were slaves. Just like the other slave trades we went through, right? Continue, King.
Come on.
Go on, go on.
Exodus 20 and 2. I am the Lord thy God, shall brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage.
Out of the house of bondage. Hey, we was chained up, man. Right? I just seen this thing on the internet today as well, right? And they said in slavery, guess what they had? They had geese. And brothers might be thinking, why the hell do they have geese, right? You're thinking, why they have geese, right? Geese are actually territorial birds, right? So they'll put it near the exits or your out of bounds places, right? So if you creep around that area, and geese are gonna attack you.
Start making
Yeah, they make up a lot of noise. Yeah, a lot of noise. So I literally saw that today and I said, wow, these white men were wicked, you know.
Motion detector.
Motion detectors, right? Real spill.
Nigger alert, nigger alert.
Yeah! Right? Continue, King. I was confounded when I read that. I said, what? They said this is hidden, but... Go on, King. Yeah.
The Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right.
By the
So
way,
this is important. This slavery you're going to go into with ships.
right.
Right? So they're going to be black. They're going to be killing each other, even towards their wife. They're going to leave their kids and they're going to go into slavery on ships. 17.5 million black people died during that slave trade. And that's just during the transportation. That's not accounting for the people that died on those plantations, died trying to run away, right? Or, yeah, man, right?
That's all, and that's just the number they're telling us.
Right. Even in Ghana, they have this place where they have slaves coming out of the water, man. Right? Right? So, hey, man, spirit's helping people sometimes. You know? Like, sometimes you gotta look at this from a spiritual eye, right? A spiritual lens, right? Spirits get angry. Oh, he's teaching. What do you mean?
Yeah, this is why we're in this position.
Right.
Right. Literally.
Right. Demons.
Right? Literally. So yeah, continue, King.
Come. By the way whereof I spake unto thee,
So where he spoke to us,
thou shalt see it no more again.
we're not gonna see it no more again. Our homeland, we ain't seen it since.
Right.
Can you tell me what Israel looks like? What the ground feels like? Our customs that we had in this land? What our food used to be like? What the air smells like? Hey man, when I walk down the road and I smell this air, I smell vapes, man. Right? I smell cherry blossom.
And
right?
a free five.
Yeah, man. I smell blueberry ice. Right? Yeah. Grape and vanilla. Yeah, man. Right? And cigarette smoke. Right. That's all I smell when I walk down the road.
Go on.
Right? And then you might smell a spliff here and there, man.
Right.
Yeah.
And there ye shall be sold, and there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
So we're going to be sold when we get off those ships for bondmen and for bondwomen, man. I don't know if it's on there, but we was on these auction blocks, man. They put us on a pedestal. They had our women up there. They had our kids up there, and they'll be touching on their body, man. I was watching this movie. What was it? Birth of a Nation, man. Right? Nat Turner, man. You're getting a feel of the woman, and then some of the slaves are kind of, the slave owners, they're kind of gripping their body parts, and then dribbling, man. Right? And even in the movie on Netflix, you guys can watch it as well, it's Harriet Tubman. Right? And she knew she was an Israelite. Right? And in that, she says that they was taking our kids' first cherries. And you know what that goes into, their first blood.
See that?
Right? Because even in Birth of a Nation, they came in and they saw the slave owners sleeping with kids in the bed when they killed the slave owner. Wow. Imagine going in there and seeing your daughter laying down with a grown-ass man. Right? That will enrage you, man. Right? You're gonna take the guy's head off. Yeah. Hey, man, a brother in the Birth of a Nation had to give up his woman.
So that
Exactly.
Right. Say nothing as well. He couldn't do nothing.
Right, and that's a curse of the Most High God as well. That's all praise to the Most High. The brother reminded me still. Let me get that as well. Let me get Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Right, and this is how you know it's us. Right. This ain't happened to no other. When the Indians got colonized, right, they didn't have to go through none of this. Right. We're the only people on earth still getting killed, man.
Where's reparations?
Where? Right, we're getting lynched. Right.
Still.
In it still. That's
To this day.
Right. Continue, King.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 30, and it reads, thou shalt betroth a wife, and another man shall lie with her.
You're gonna get a wife, you're gonna get a woman, right? But guess what's gonna happen? Another man's gonna lie down with her.
See that?
Right? Continue, King.
Thou shalt build an house and thou shalt not dwell therein.
And that's what happened in slavery, man. Hey, the slaves built the White House in America, in DC. But, right. But look, we don't dwell in none of those houses, man.
See that?
Right? And there's places and towns that they actually flooded to cover up the mass destruction of the black people.
Right. Central
Right,
Park.
Mississippi as well.
Central
Mississippi
Park.
River.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, Central Park, Mississippi River. That whole river, and there was a town there. But they flooded it with a dam, right? So cover up that whole place. This is stuff you can Google, like, it's actually facts. This is not lies. Continue, King.
Damn.
And why do they have such a hate for us? This one nation of people have such deep hate for us, right? But there's a reason for it, and we're gonna show you. Continue, King.
Right? And thou shalt not dwell therein. Thou shalt plant vineyard, and thou shalt not gather the grapes thereof.
We was planting these cotton fields, man, and gathering the thingies for them, but we didn't receive any of the benefits of it, man. Right? So that's the, yeah, man. Literally, let me get 16 as well. Go on, King.
Even a point
16,
on that,
yeah?
like the brother said.
Verse 16.
Yeah.
Just a point on what the brother said, like people try and say, oh, but other nations went into slavery. You did have that, but there's a difference between chattel slavery
Right, the Irish.
and a hired servant.
Right.
Because they were
got
paid.
for it.
Right,
and then after, when they got paid for it and they acquired enough money, guess what they did?
bought their freedom.
Bought their freedom, and guess what they did after that? Bought slaves. Bought slaves
Wicked.
to make sure that they get on.
I'm trying to get on.
Right. Madness.
Wicked.
And then that's the reason why a lot of Jamaicans have Irish surnames. Go on, King.
Precept is Haggai 1 and 6.
Right.
Oh.
Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. And he that earneth wages to put in a bag with holes.
God.
So,
That's pretty plain upon tables, man. Right? You're gonna work hard.
Check
And
the
some
check.
brothers have 2 jobs, right? Some brothers be working day and night, man. They work day shift and they work night shift, right? And it's like you're putting your money in a bag that has holes.
see that?
So the point is just seeping out, man.
Don't reap no rewards.
Right, we don't reap no rewards, man. Right? We just reap stress.
Right.
Save that money. Save that
16,
money.
yeah? 28 and verse 16, and it reads, but the cities, still like this.
It's alright, King. We were in 20 years.
Yeah, that's what we're going to do, yes.
Oh, that's right.
Sorry, still like this. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 16, and it reads, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field. Cursed shall there be thy basket, and cursed shall be the fruit of thy body.
Right, man. Right. 28, 16.
I went too far.
It's alright, it's alright.
I said, cursed shall thou be in the city, and cursed shall thou be in the field.
Who's cursing the cities? We haven't got any shops, any black businesses. And if we do, hey, they make sure that we have to tax our people, man. Right? And then our people don't want to shop with us. Right? And if, hey, cursing the cities, hey, the word ghetto, right, is a place where Jews live.
Right.
We live in the ghettos.
Right.
And you go to any city, any town, any country, and you go to the ghettos, and you're gonna find us there, man. Right? These blocks, I guarantee you, are predominantly our people live in them. Right? Anyway.
It's usually the south as well.
Right.
South of everywhere.
You know there's gonna be Negroes there, man. Always, man. And that's what happened, man. The white man, he put drugs in our neighborhoods, and then he'll come to our neighborhoods to come pick up the dope. Right? And what else did it say? Curse in the field.
Yeah.
Curse in the field, man. Hey, man, I was watching. I forgot what movie this one is. But the slave owner, I seen I don't know if brothers know this movie, but he was happy, man. He was with his wife, his kid, right?
The guy that's in Power.
Power, that Tyrese guy. Yes, hey, all praise to the Most High. Alright, cool, man. Alright, so then 2-2s now. Hey, the slave owner seen him, now was happy. He came over and he told his wife to come in.
Mad.
Dragged his wife, took her to the house, and then the son started saying, hey, what's he doing with mommy? What's he doing with mom? Right? Then he said, hey, son, go back to work.
Oh, I saw that clip.
Yeah.
Yes. I saw that clip. I don't remember.
What's that movie?
Mariah Carey's in there.
Don't know the name of it.
Mariah Carey's in.
She's in
Is
there.
it?
She's the wife, the one that goes to the
That
house.
got mad. Yeah. That's madness, man. And then when the dad tried to buck up to the slave owner, he popped him. Oh man, this is sad, man.
Give us some good news, bro.
You want good news though?
Give us some good news. Give us some good news.
These are the good news.
I have to make man go home on a happy note. Because let me tell you, I know all this, yeah? I feel like Job every day.
Yeah.
My whole life.
See that?
Yeah, is a test.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm waiting for good news, bro. Every day you wake up, Donald's done something crazy. Yeah. Donald's the best TV right now.
Yeah, no, for real.
Donald's done something crazy, bro.
They was killing the other white guy. Saying, why ain't you got a suit on?
They're starting to give up.
Madness, man. Right.
Forget about sports or anything. He's the best entertainment.
Right.
Better than
Let me get Revelation.
I said you can't win without us. You're gonna win this by yourself?
And let me get Revelation 21 and start
He decided something that's bad and
something too. Yeah, let me get your one.
Yeah, 21 and 12, yeah?
Yeah. So this is the good news now, right?
Revelation.
Once you know that you're an Israelite, this is why they hate you so much.
Right. Revelation chapter 21 and verse 12, and it reads, and had a wall great and high.
Right? Because we have a wall to keep stuff out. You don't want stuff trying to creep in and sneak in, man. Right? Continue, King.
And had 12 gates.
Right?
And the gates, 12 angels,
right,
and names written thereon,
right,
which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Outside of every gate, there's an angel, there's a bodyguard, man.
See that?
Right? And then it said what? The
names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel.
Heaven's only for the Israelites. This is the reason why they hate us, man. Because they had this book as well before we had it. Because when they got it, they gave it to us and they had an overseer of us to read to our people.
That's right.
Right? And that's another funny thing, man. I wanted to do a lesson about that, man. Right? Why they always had the Bible in slavery. Right? When was in slavery, was read the Bible, but only certain parts. You can't read that, boy. Right? You better not read that, boy. Right?
I had a brother saying there were any part that showed any sort of redemption or healing,
right,
or deliverance,
right,
rebellion, they take that out. You know what I'm saying?
And that's why they indoctrinated the slave Bible.
Yeah.
Right? So, hey, we wouldn't listen to something that we wouldn't conform to. Every nation has a book that they conform to. The Muslims have their Quran that they conform to. And if there was a slavery and they was read their Quran, they would be happy. So this is our little get by, man. Right? Our little hope. Right? But yeah, can't.
This is Revelation 21 and verse 2.
Right.
And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven,
right,
prepared as a bride adorned for her husband.
And it's gonna look beautiful, man. Because when your bride walks up to you, hey man, some brothers cry, man. Right? Some brothers been waiting for that moment all their life. Right?
And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying,
right,
behold, the tabernacle of God is with men,
right,
and he will dwell with them,
right,
and they shall be his people,
right,
and God himself shall be with them,
right,
and be their God,
right,
and God shall wipe away all tears.
He's gonna do what?
And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
Right, and we can keep going into that account as well. But that's a beautiful thing, man. All our tears are going to be wiped away. Our parents, they might have died from cancer or whatever it may be, and they're going to be resurrected, man. Right, and their tears will be wiped away, man.
Right.
They're going to be given whatever they need to for them to be pleased, man. Right, and all our former troubles, we ain't got to worry about that. Right, when we enter that beautiful building, man.
Right.
The Bible said, yeah, he said,
It's Revelation 2 and 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end,
that's why it's important.
to him I will give power over the nation.
Right.
And he will rule them with an iron rod of iron.
Pull that back again, King.
And he will rule them with a rod of iron.
So it's very two important things in that verse right there. Right? So to those that overcome until the end. Right? So you gotta do these works.
Endurance.
It says, right? Endurance, right? It's a marathon, not a race. Right? Because you might run 100 meters and burn out. Right? It's a marathon, you gotta keep doing it, keep going, right? And then it says also that he's gonna, if you complete that, he's gonna give you a rod of iron. Why do you need a rod of iron?
See that? Beat him.
Who with the iron rod?
Right! What do you think you're gonna do with that iron rod?
Let me give you.
Oh, okay. See that? Brothers had that on deck. Right?
This is the Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10.
Right.
He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword.
And that's the reason why they didn't want you reading this Bible. And this is the reason why they really hate us. Because they said, you know what, if you're gonna get your lick back, I'm gonna make sure your life's hell while you're here.
See that?
Right? While I'm still here and able to do what I can do, I'm gonna make sure it's hell.
Right.
So the Most High prophesied that those people that led us into slavery, and look at this. So it's not just one person that are slave owners. No. Look at that. the whole town will come out when there's a lynching. When they're gonna burn you as a bonfire.
Right.
That bonfire night's off, man.
Right.
Right? That was a bonfire. They make the bonfire a black man.
Is that a person?
That's a black man.
That was a picnic, bro.
Yeah.
Right?
A lot of people don't know. That
Right,
was a
picnic. That was a picnic.
that?
That's
Pick
right.
a nigga.
Picnic.
That's what it
Yeah,
comes
that's
from.
right.
Yeah, that was a picnic, bro.
And then they hit.
That's right.
I seen this video. It's so evil, man. Right? These two Edomites, they got their shotguns loaded up, jumped in the van, and he had a bottle of Coke, a can of Coke. He shook up the Coke, and he hit the little, I think 10 or 11-year-old Eve on the head, right? And they did what they did, man. They did what they did to the little sister, and she was in ambulance. I mean, she was in the hospital, and then they called the father, and they said, I don't know, I think she might have died. Yeah, man. They did what they did, man, right? So there's a lot of evil and wickedness that these people put upon the earth, man, right? The Most High God has to cleanse it, right? Go on, King.
This is Psalms 149 and I start at 5.
Right.
Let the saints be joyful in glory.
Reload it. Salaki.
This is Psalms 149 and verse 5. Let the saints be joyful in glory.
Right.
Let them sing aloud upon their beds.
Right.
Let the high praises of God be in their mouths and a two-edged sword in their hand.
Right.
To execute vengeance upon the heathen,
Right.
and punishment upon the people,
Right.
to bind their kings with chains,
Right.
and their nobles with fetters of iron, to execute upon them judgment written. This honor have all his saints praise
Right,
you,
man.
Lord.
So all the saints are gonna have this power, man. Right? They're gonna bind up the kings and all the rulers of this earth, man. Hey, that's the same. If you watch Birth of a Nation, Nat Turner, hey, that's the same thing when the slave owners got back onto him, and they gunbucked him. And he kind of said, "Hey, yo." He started bringing out verses that they didn't want to read.
Right.
He started, that's the exact verse. But that's what I heard. I said, that's the exact verse that Nat Turner said.
Right.
That he's gonna bind up their king's hair, man. And he that stealeth a man,
Right.
and they're gonna and found in his hand, and they're gonna be killed. Right? So that's how you know it's not the white man's Bible.
Come on.
To you, King.
Trying to give my brother some more good news, bro.
Yeah, man.
Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people.
Above what?
Above all people
We're not the same as everyone else.
See that?
There's something different about us, man.
that are upon the face of the earth.
Right. And that's beautiful. We're different to everyone on earth.
Yeah, Romans 9 and verse 4 says, who are Israelites,
Right.
to whom pertaineth
The
the adoption,
Right.
and the glory, and the covenants,
Right.
and the giving of the law, and the service of God.
That new covenant and the old covenant is only given to the Israelites.
Right.
Right? That's why it says covenants. Right? The adoption, that's only given to the Israelites. That's why it says the adoption. It's not for everyone.
And the promises, whose are the fathers, and of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came.
Christ only came for the Israelites. That's why they're mad.
Right now. Matthew 15 and verse 24.
Right?
And it reads, but he answered and said, I am not sent, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Right, man. So, hey, Christ only came for the lost sheep.
Right.
That's us.
Right.
The lost ones, man. Right? But with that, you saw one more?
No, you're good, bro. You're good.
Yeah? Go praise.
I would just like to say though,
Yeah.
I don't think the meek is going to inherit the earth. Yeah.
You know what?
The meek, like
Thank you.
people
Don't
keep
go
saying,
praise,
wait,
sister.
they say like,
We're here every Saturday, sis. If you want to got any questions, yeah?
they say the meek is going to inherit the earth, yeah? Right? But I believe that when the Jesus comes back, you can't be meek, bro, because it's war. It's going to be war first.
Oh, me? Okay.
Well, when they describe meek as in, like weak, as in,
No.
yeah.
Yeah.
See what I mean?
You got the wrong, the wrong definition of
No,
it.
they've got the wrong definition of it.
Who's they?
You reckon? Who,
Well,
who?
that's in the dictionary. That's how meek is described in it. A meek person is like a quiet, soft person.
Alright, can I give the brother one example?
Yeah, of course you
Can I
can,
give one
bro.
example? You
Of course
see
you can.
like martial arts, King?
Yes.
See, yeah, with much power and
Yes,
much like black belts
that's
and that.
right, yes.
Ain't they got a rule?
Right.
Yes.
So you're not allowed to use that
Yes, bro.
outside of the thing and disgrace the sensei, alright? Yeah?
Yeah.
But you gotta use that only in defense. I'm saying you can't just go out and start mashing up, man.
Yeah,
As soon as you
I
know
get you,
it,
I get
because
you,
you lose your license or you lose your belt.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Certain things. You're still humble, even though you got mighty powers. You still gotta be humble of what you have.
Yes. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so in the Bible, written in English.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. that's what it says.
Right.
Yeah. But what I've learned is
Yeah.
that is a wrong translation.
Let me get Malachi as well.
Okay.
still.
Alright. Let's
So-
bring some precepts.
Someone explained to me that the
Right.
translation of that was actually that warriors, yeah, who have weapons and know how to use them, but don't use them will inherit the earth. If that makes sense. Just like what you explained. Yeah? So like you've got to be capable.
Yes.
But
Yes.
but not a crazy mad murderer.
Right,
on the road.
right.
You
Killing
get what I'm
everybody.
saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because what use is a man if he's not dangerous? Bro?
Exactly.
Yeah.
This that definition of meek. It says gentle or mild of temper, forbearing under injury or annoyance, humble, unassuming. So you know, like the brother was saying about a martial artist, right? They have control. They know that they can do a lot, but they're still humble because they don't want to. You don't want to have no control over your spirit, and now you're just beating up everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know.
Look what happened to Nat Turner.
Right.
And he thought he could get down on them, man. Right? I think he killed, 61 slave owners or 57.
Right.
And, hey, that was the end of it though, man. And how much can we do, man? These people they got real weapons.
Right.
Right? The man, they might be able to pull up for a little spinner or whatever it may be.
Right.
A little Glock or whatever it may be. But that's it.
Military might.
Yeah, man.
No military.
Right.
Yeah.
Brothers ran out of bullets and that's it.
See that?
Right? Now you're using a bow and arrow, man.
Now you're knocking on doors for bills.
Right. Come on, man.
Right.
You gotta be wise. Right. Hey, right. They got
Come on.
nukes. They got all sorts of weapons, man. They got damn shields that.
Drones.
Hey, man. Come on,
Drones.
man. Yeah, man. Right. So we gotta be
Drones.
wise,
Yeah.
man. Right. Let me get that precept, King.
This is the book of Jeremiah 51 and verse 19.
Yeah.
It says the portion of Jacob is not like
So our
them.
portion is different. Remember, it said in Romans that we're gonna have the glory of the Lord.
Right.
This is pertaining to the glory of the Lord. Continue, King.
For he is the former of all things,
Right.
and Israel is the rod of his inheritance.
He's the rod of his. So we're the rod of his. Hey, a rod is power, man.
Right.
Right. So what is he gonna do with that power? Continue.
The Lord of hosts is his name.
Right.
Thou art my battle axe.
Where is what?
Thou art my battle axe.
Right.
And weapons of war.
Right.
For with thee will I break in pieces the nations.
Right.
And with thee will I destroy kingdoms.
Right. Up in the next verse as well.
And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider.
Right.
And with thee will I break
And
in
we're gonna be
pieces
destroying
the
their
chariot
transport,
and
man.
his rider.
Right. We're gonna be destroying everything, man.
Right.
Anything that we see that everything's getting destroyed,
Right.
man. Right.
I get that, bro. I totally understand
Can I
that.
give one more
Yeah,
example?
yeah, yeah,
I wanna get this.
yeah.
One more example. Who we worship now, stand up and give all praises to, yeah?
Right.
Yeah? The Most High and who? His only begotten Son, right? Yahushua, right? Who they call Jesus Christ. How humble was he?
That's what I was about to get into.
How humble was Jesus Christ? Do you think with all the power that he has, being the Most High's only begotten Son, being able to do miracles, having all the power that he has,
Right.
he would allow them people to persecute him and put him on nails and
Right.
how humble, because he knew how to carry out the Father's will.
Right.
That was the humbleness of
Right.
him, the meekness of him.
Right.
Knowing that, you know what, he could say, you know what, forget this. I'm just killing everyone.
That's what
Click
he
his
said.
finger and everybody on earth
He
drops.
said that in that point. He said that. That's what he said. He said I can pull down legions right now.
I could pull it down legions
But he
right now.
didn't, you know.
But he stayed humble because he had to fulfill the Father's word. Right. So that with great power becomes meekness also. That's what it meant.
Right. Yeah, man. Brother broke it down perfectly. That's the piece that I was gonna pull just now. Still.
Right. This is good still. So like 1 Peter 2 and 21.
Right.
For even
place I was saying,
hereunto
so basically
you were called, because Christ also suffered for us, leaving us an example
Right.
that ye should follow in his steps.
Right. So we have to follow in Christ's footsteps. Right. And there's more in that as well.
Who did no sin, neither was guile found in his
So
mouth.
he did no sin. But the important part is we have to follow in his footsteps.
Right.
Because in Malachi, what we're going to bring out right now,
Right.
Wait, there's more.
Yeah, go on.
More. It says, who, when he was reviled not again, when he suffered, he fretted not,
See that? That's dark. That's dark.
but committed himself to him that judgeth righteously.
Right.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
point. He was getting
Yeah.
all sorts done to him, and he didn't fret. He didn't say, curse them.
Right.
He actually
Right.
forgive them.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
One more example as well. Moses, was he known as the meekest man in the whole world? What did he do to the Egyptian that was smiting his brother?
Damn.
Killed him.
Yep. Buried him in the sand.
Buried him in the sand.
Yeah, kind of. You know.
Kind of did that.
Right.
18 and 36.
Yeah.
This is John chapter 18 and verse 36. Jesus answered, my kingdom is not of this world.
Right.
If my kingdom were of this world, then would my servants fight.
Right. So hey, when his kingdom comes, right, and the Most High's will be done, hey, that's when we're gonna fight.
Right.
Right now we're not meant to fight.
Right.
Right. Christ ain't come back in the sky crack, man. We ain't been given our mortal bodies yet, man.
Jacob's trouble.
Right, man. Let me get that Malachi.
Malachi chapter 4.
And you can start from the last couple of verses. Start from 1, I think.
For 1. Malachi chapter 4 and verse 1. For behold, the day cometh that shall burn as an oven, and all the proud, yea, and all that do wickedly shall be stubble, and the day that cometh shall burn them up, saith the Lord of hosts.
Because they're gonna hate that day, man. When they see the Israelites on the high, you guys are called niggers and monkeys, and you know what I'm saying? It was making fun when you guys were on a bus and stuff like that.
See that?
It's gonna burn them, man.
Right. That it shall leave them neither root nor branch.
Right. And hey, fire's gonna come down from the heavens, man.
Right.
Right. It's gonna leave neither root nor branch.
Right.
Right. Continue, King.
But unto you that fear my name shall the Son of righteousness arrive with healing in his wings.
Because hey, right now we're trampled down, man.
Right.
Brothers are stressed out, gotta go to work early in the morning.
See that?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, there's all sorts of things you have to deal with, man. But he's gonna refresh us, he's gonna heal us, man.
Right. And shall go forth and grow up as calves of a stall.
And calves, hey, they're small when they're young. But they grow up and then they get strong. And then you start seeing their muscles define and stuff. That's what's gonna happen to us. We're gonna be given a certain type of body where we're gonna and we're all gonna look bolo, right? Because even on the earth, and we used to have the people they used to call Mandingo Negroes, right? We used to have different type of Negro sections, right? We had to have brothers built like this. Just a whole tribe of brothers that look like that, right? There's a whole brothers that are just, you know what I'm saying? And we see that in, what's that movie, Django, right? They used to make the small boxing nigga fight the big Mandingo nigga, right? They used to have different type of Negroes, right? For our bloodline, man, that's beautiful.
Right. And you shall tread down the wicked, for they shall be ashes under the soles of your feet.
Damn.
We're gonna be busting their head, man. Right? Same thing they did to Emmett Till, as you see over there, and that's what he used to look like. And that's what he looked like after. Right? They used to curb us. They used to put our teeth on the curb and then stamp on the back of our head.
American History X, isn't it?
Yeah,
Right, man.
That's the first time I saw that.
Yeah, mad.
Madness.
Excluded from school.
Wow.
Yeah, he wasn't having it.
Wow.
Maybe that's what
I watched that in school, American X.
And when you hear laughing.
Who's laughing?
It's mad for them. It's mad.
That's mad.
In that day that I shall do this, saith the Lord of hosts. Remember ye the law of Moses, my servant, which I commanded unto him in Horeb for all Israel, with his statutes and judgments. Behold, I will send you Elijah, the prophet, before the coming of the great and dreadful day of the Lord.
Right. So we gotta remember, all the time it's gonna tell us that we have to keep the commandments. Right? We always have to keep the commandments of God. If you want to be on the good side, that's what we have to do. Right? But yeah.
All
that's
praise.
it. Right?
All praise.
Man, that's it.
Alright then, gents.
All praise, King. All praise, man. Nice to see you, brother. Yeah? Yes, King. Good day, man. All praise. Yeah?
Alright, King. Peace and power, yeah?
Yes, man.
Peace and power.